2K Sports presents the NBA. Monday Night Basketball is coming right up. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in Charlotte where they'll take on the Hornets. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, it was long rumored, and after 2 titles in 3 years, Kevin Durant chose to leave the Warriors and blaze a new path. He'll miss this season while rehabbing from his Achilles tear, but there are no complaints from the fans or his new teammates. For a player of KD's caliber, it's worth the wait. Kevin?
A momentous decision, D.A. Thank you. Looking at the long season ahead, Brent, as a veteran player, what are some of the habits that keep your body going strong, staying healthy?
Teams have really gotten hip to the idea that we need to rest our star players as much as possible. So efficiency with the work that they do, I think, is the most important thing. Star guys who get into practice and they're on the court for 50 minutes to an hour every day so that there's a rhythm that they can keep and the teammates can keep up along with them on the floor. That's what's about for those guys. Maintenance, maintenance, maintenance.
Now the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Holiday and Ingram out on the perimeter. Then there's Okafor. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Melly in at the 4. And looking at the Nets, they've got Karis LeVert. Trent's out there with Allen. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the point.
When you make shots like that, Kevin, Kyrie is showing just how confident he is in his offensive ability.
On the wing, Holiday. Guarded by Harris. Prince, the pass to Harris. Pass to Irving. That's tipped. Ingram with the steal. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Love how Ingram toys with the opposition, drawing contact very easily on these kinds of attempts. The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes, but whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
And he makes the first. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, in that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
Good on both.
And Ingram, the former Blue Devil, an extraordinary player who only promises to get better.
Outside Irving. And it's off from three-point range. On the wing, Holiday. Off target from three-point range. For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to Oklahoma City. Okafor with the steal. Ball with it, guarded now by Irving. Ball with the bucket.
And the height of Ball really allows him to finish over the defense. Even when you make contact, he just seems to power through with his size.
Passes to LeVert. And the Nets miss again. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for New Orleans. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, on the road, you're already a little out of your element. Then the misses from the line become contagious.
Well, it can affect your confidence, not just as the player shooting, but the entire team. So defenses might get a little bit more aggressive, and then you got to think about the next free throw.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And a one-year player at Texas, Jared Allen came into the league as a bit of a project. He's got ample playing time to develop in Brooklyn.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Allen. And Greg, safe to say, Allen's defense is ahead of his offense.
Yeah, but his mobility and leaping ability serve him well as a finisher, providing that vertical spacing teams like to have inside.
Here's Ball. A second chance effort, and Okafor with the layup.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
Irving looking for an opening. LeVert against Ingram. And it's LeVert missing. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. He's off from 17 feet. Brooklyn's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Allen. Shoots over Ball. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. Allen's got 5 points so far. For the Nets, they come into this one following a loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
And probably expected to win that game, and maybe that caused them to come out a little flat, just a bit of complacency.
Here's Holiday, 6 on the shot clock, and it's sent back by Allen. They shoot again, and it's Okafor missing.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And the 6'8" forward Taurean Prince showing continued improvement at the offensive end.
In the system that he played in for the Atlanta Hawks, Taurean Prince was known as a good two-way player. With his length and his ability to defend, he's going to be a great complement to scorers like Kyrie Irving and Spencer Dinwiddie.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And Hayes kicks to Hart. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Temple gets the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Pelicans trail by 6. Jackson dishes to Reddick. Back to Jackson. And the pass to Hayes. Jordan with some nice D.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
And here we go. .104 left to play here in the first. Now Hayes. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Jackson misses. Brooklyn leading by 6. Inside. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Guaba passes to Temple. Pass to Jordan. Pass to Karuch. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Just all alone down there. Credit goes to DeAndre for finding him. That's a nice pass.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Jackson passes to Hart. It's Reddick on the wing. 17 points in his last outing. Can they get it? Here's Hart. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. concludes the first quarter of play. Nets lead by 8. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And this team has shown their toughness and determination, and Kyrie Irving talks about what he sees in his teammates.
What's going to separate us is how close we are, and when we're in the trenches together, I'm looking to my left and to my right and knowing that these guys have my back.
They certainly do.
This team has assembled some hard-nosed, unselfish players. No better group for Irving to surround himself with.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
We've got DeAndre Jordan. Garrett Temple is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Nwaba in at the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Here's Moore on the money from 12 feet away. Moore's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for New Orleans. And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. Brooklyn shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
At the line for 2.
Free throw drops for Temple. If you were choosing a center for the team that you ran, and you've got these options, Joel Embiid, Big Cat, or Jokic in Denver, who do you go with?
So much variety in their games, Kevin. And I appreciate what Jokic does so much for that Denver Nuggets offense, initiating as a center from the top. But I'm going to have to go with Embiid and the way that he can dominate the game. There's still so much potential and growth for what it is that he can do. Down on the block, doing damage, taking away a lot of three-point shots. Not to disparage what it is that Karl Anthony Towns can do, but his size and dominance, I think there's an intimidation factor that Joel Embiid brings to the game that I would lean on over the other two.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Alexander Walker passes to Hayes. Redick for 3. Rebounded by the Nets, getting their first of the season at this Pelicans team.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series. And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
And so he makes both from the line.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Okafor. He can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Left side, Irving. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pelicans trail by 12. Ingram outside. Back to Ball. Allen against Okafor. The dish to Ingram. Okafor kicks to Ingram. 5 on the clock with the shot. Up again. It's good on the putback. Okafor's got his second bucket of the night.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip ball.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Here's LeVert. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Here's Ingram. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
Harris dishes to Allen. Outside Irving from the arc. No good on that one.
Yeah, still trying to calibrate right now because he had 1 3 in the first quarter, but nothing since.
And if you're the D, you can't let Ball have that kind of room to shoot the basketball, especially from the mid-range area where he is proven to be so efficient.
Harris looking it over. Back to Irving. Takes a 3. And it's Ingram with the rebound.
2 minutes.
And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. 8-point game. Ball with the bucket.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Nets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Irving finds LeVert. Outside Irving. They get the rebound.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Taurean Prince. David Nwaba comes in for Karis LeVert. And Dinwiddie sent in for Joe Harris. Here's Hart. No good off the back of the rim. Nets leading by 7. Dinwiddie passes to Allen. And slam dunk by Allen.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Right side Holiday. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Brooklyn's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And then Allen slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And he jams it with authority.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed, terrific anticipation. And the delivery, Kevin, on time, on target.
Dinwiddie outside. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
On the wing, Jackson from past the arc. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Not sure how he saw that there. Holiday with a firm understanding how to get the ball to an open teammate.
And so it's Brooklyn in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what were you all focusing on coming into the game tonight?
I come out with a intense focus and intensity that other teams can't match. Just doing whatever it takes to keep our tempo. Guys are in a great rhythm when we have a great tempo. So just trying to get everybody involved and do whatever it takes to win.
Well, we'll see if you can keep playing at your pace in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to it's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have an 8-point lead. And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn? And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the...
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Jared Allen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at him.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Pelicans trail by 8. So for New Orleans right now, at the forward slot, Ingram and Melly. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Okafor in at the 5.
Well, the new front office in New Orleans, led by David Griffin, opting to keep Alvin Gentry as a head coach. A great decision, because the players that they brought in the trade for Anthony Davis are going to love to play at that fast pace. You add Zion Williamson to that mix, this team immediately becomes one of the more interesting and exciting young teams in the NBA.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Harris outside. Pass to Irving. Ball with the rebound.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go, even with the defense not really a factor.
And Brent, a lot of times when a new head of basketball operations is hired, a new coach is coming up next.
Well, the continuity there is interesting because of the time that Alvin Gentry spent in Phoenix, and David Griffin was there with the Suns as well. And so that's going to help out this young core, that they know that there's a collective consciousness coming from both the coach and the front office for them to lay the foundation of what this new Pelican team is going to be all about.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And there's the pass to Holiday. No coverage that time. Holiday's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, Drew aggressive there, right? You can see committing to that shot, looking more than happy to rise up and fire.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Prince outside. From deep. No good there. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Temple dishes to Irving. High post shot. Basket. Good. Irving's got 4 points in the quarter.
Nice mid-range, Jay. Automatic, it looks like, for Kyrie Irving right now.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Ingram attacking. Irving with the steal. And now here's Prince, the fast break opportunity. Here's Temple. Nails the corner 3. Temple's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nets.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Hayes the pass to Ingram. Poked away and stolen by Harris. Here's Irving. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I don't know how you match up with Kyrie Irving. So great at turning on the jets and then drawing the contact.
A career best season for Kyrie Irving in 2018-19. Scoring just as great as ever, but it was the other areas, playmaking, rebounding, defense, where he made tremendous strides.
And the Celtics expected Kyrie to become a better passer and defender in Boston.
They felt he had the capability. You could argue that those improvements have elevated him from a great scorer to a great player in our league.
Both free throws good for Irving.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Ingram. No good, unable to end this run.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Pass to Irving. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 15 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And the 6'6" point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Second-round pick of the Detroit Pistons in 2014. You know, Greg, they might have wished they held on to him.
One of the most improved players in our league. Last season, signed that 4-year, $48 million extension from the Nets, rewarding his growth.
The Nets making a switch here. Waba's checked in. Jackson kicks to Hart. Passes it to Redick. There's the triple. Trains it from beyond the arc. Redick's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Easy to see why J.J. Redick is a guy that everybody talks about as being one of the premier shooters in the NBA.
Pass to Jordan. Here's Dinwiddie. Pelicans with the rebound. Ellie's got 4 rebounds in this game. Now the pass to Jackson. Outside, Redick. A minute 20 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 5. Hart, that's good. Hart's got his first 2 points of the night.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, the big man not going to slow him down from getting that deuce.
Dinwiddie passes to Prince. A floater, and he makes that one. Prince has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
And David Nwaba picks up the foul. That's his first foul. LeVert's checked in for Taurean Prince. Okafor's checked in for New Orleans. Nets on defense. Dinwiddie with the steal. 34 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And that one drops for him.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Okafor finds Redick. Just 5 to shoot. New Orleans moving the ball around. Jackson, that's a 2-pointer. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Seconds left in the third. Now here's LeVert. And no good on the last second attempt this time. What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. Let's take a listen now to Alvin Gentry.
Got to be more aggressive on the offensive end right there. You know what? We got to get the ball moving. They overplay everything. If we get the ball moving, then we open up back cuts and things like that. But we just got to get it moving, okay?
Well, feeling like they're making it easy for the defense right now.
I mean, they really are. And Coach Gentry is pressing on this, Kevin. Got to have more ball movement.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Moment here now for an injury report.
Hey, Kevin, I chatted briefly with the head athletic trainer for New Orleans. The guys, he says it's just a bruised shoulder. Good news, because at first they feared it was much worse. And they count on him to provide in all ways. Now that he's out, they're in a precarious situation. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Guys, the only thing you can wish for is that the prognosis isn't quite as bad as they're making it out to be.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Was really hoping for better news than that, but that does not sound encouraging.
Yeah, we always think about when players go down, how terrible a blow it can be for the team. We wish him well and hope he's on the floor quickly.
They've got Garrett Temple. Jared Allen is out there with LeVert. Then it's Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
Joe Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Ball's checked in for New Orleans.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Melly passes to Okafor. Out to the wing. 5 to shoot. Here's Hart. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And Brett, kind of a musical chairs situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise, this season moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
Here's Hart. Dinwiddie covering. Hart, that's good.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Nets leading by 15. Harris outside. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Brooklyn making some changes. Taurean Prince comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. And a change for the Pelicans. Ingram's checked in. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Holiday dishes to Okafor. Holiday trying to free himself up. Excellent D there from Allen. Here's Prince. Second chance shot, and he comes up with the deuce.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Ball, the pass to Okafor. Now Holiday. And it's sent back by Allen. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Williams is checked in for New Orleans. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. 4 on the shot clock. Ingram kicks the ball. And the Pelicans get it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Harris outside. Irving for 3. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 18 points for Kyrie Irving.
Feels like Kyrie locked in right now. No let up in his offensive attack, and he's hot.
Ball dishes to Williams. The kick out to Holiday. Ingram outside. Pass the ball. For 3. A rebound by the Nets. Harris with it.
2 minutes.
Dishes it to Irving. Prince outside. Lets it go from deep. They get it back. Allen. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Brett, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win.
I'd like to see more.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nets.
When you consider the difference in their field goal percentages, the other team has to be happy that this wasn't a bigger loss. This team was on fire.
Yeah, Kevin, it's always frustrating when you can't throw a rock on the ground and the other guys just can't seem to miss.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kyrie Irving.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Okafor's checked in. Nets leading by 16. Passes it to Musa. Nets passing it around. Claxton the pass to Caruch. Here's Pinson. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Nets lead by 18.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
No good from Moore.
Now, I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Pinson. Here's Musa. Jacks up a 3. Here's Jordan. Misses the layup. And Moore kicks to Okafor. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Big numbers for you tonight, and I always wonder what it's like to be in a zone like that offensively.
It was amazing. More importantly, we got the win, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. They did a heck of a job of competing every single minute of this game. It took everybody's effort from our bench. It took a 15-man effort, and I'm glad we got the win.
15 men, but one man was the difference. Thanks, Kyrie. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.